Hey everybody, welcome back to another video with me, Jewel Williams, your host, and you are listening to All Things Logistics. And today I'm kind of going to do a combo. It's going to be a little bit of a reaction and a little bit of a breakdown of a channel in regards to what it's like making money from the ports. I want to say like, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so you are notified every time I drop a new video. All right, so let me set this up before I get into it. I'm going to be breaking down a video from a YouTuber by the name of Life with Ryda. Now, I'll drop these two videos in the link so you guys can watch them for yourself. They're really good videos if you want to kind of get a front row seat of what it's like for a driver to actually work for the ports. And Life with Ryder, he does that. He actually takes you on a video. Now, the first video he shows is a few months older, and I think the second one might be about a month older. But he has made some changes in his truck driving business model. So I believe actually he's working for a company now. But this is a good way to kind of get into the exploration of what it's like being on the port. So in his first video, he kind of shares what it's like to be out here on the port. So he actually has the camera set up, shows what it's like driving into the ports, shows what it's like picking up the containers and getting tickets and that kind of stuff. Now, before he started this video, he gave the breakdown of exactly what he's going to be doing. So as it shows here, trucking day in the life, what load board to use, and $830 load. So just to give you a quick breakdown, this was kind of that particular day. This is what he was going to be doing. So he's picking up a load in Fontana, California. He was going to do a drop off in Long Beach. Then he was going to go to San Bernardino, back to Long Beach, back to Fontana. Now, in another part of the video, he actually shows a screenshot I took of his phone that he had, which showed he had two loads that he was actually going to be working on. The first one is the breakdown of Fontana, Long Beach, San Bernardino again, and back to Long Beach. And then he had a second load that he was going to get for $670, and he was going to do Long Beach, Long Beach, Long Beach, San Bernardino, back to Long Beach. So that's kind of a roundabout of what these particular loads look like for him. So I thought it was good to kind of see, just looking at fuel cost and insurance. Now, why did I choose that? When I was reading through the comments of his first video right here, several people asked some really good questions. And so what I did is I kind of took those questions and plugged them into a spreadsheet to kind of get an idea. But you had people asking about the loads. He says he had two loads for the two loads that he had, yet he was not able to get the second load. So he really only made money from the first load. And he also talks about, if you scroll down here, he said it was about a 200-mile trip, which I think he clarified it was 130 miles that he wound up doing that day. He said it was about an 8-hour day in his comments. And he also mentions in the video that even though the original cost, as you can see over here, the original cost showed $880, he actually got a deduction of $50 because he had to take the trailer to a different port. So he didn't make $880. Matter of fact, he was hoping to make about $1,500 and some change, but he didn't make it that day. So I'm not, downing him, but I want you to kind of get the reality, because he really did a great job at basically showing what it's like being a port driver. Then in his second video that he put up, he actually does some uh, commentary as he's driving to talk about how many loads an owner operator can do or pull from the ports. And when he's talking in this video, he addresses the fact that some drivers have sleeper berths and all they do is sleep in those trucks and do port runs all week long, trying to get at least 3 round trip turns. Some of them get 4. And he also talked about, uh, they hustle. They got to hustle to make that money. But I just wanted to draw your attention to the fact that traffic. So when doing port drayage, you have to think about the traffic, because you may not be able to do as many turns as you want because of traffic. So I thought that was a really good visual. So I want to pause right now and do a quick plug. If you're liking this information that I'm telling you, subscribe, like, share this video with somebody you think would benefit from this as I discuss more about the business model. So let's get into the breakdown of what this is all about. So, let me switch over here. So I actually did a spreadsheet, and I actually did 2. So like I said, in this video, he says he worked 8 hours that day. He says that the trip was 130 to 200 miles. The load paid $880. However, he had a $50 deduction for relocating the empty trailer to a different location. Now, he mentions in another video that round trip, now the ports were paying between $300 and $350 per round trip. He also told someone that he works a 60 to 70 hour week, and that insurance could cost anywhere from $1,000 to $3,000 per month. Now, he said his best day was 3 round trips, and he estimated a $1,500 gross pay. He worked from 4 a.m. that morning until 1 p.m. that night. Now, he wasn't driving that whole time. Some of that time was waiting, just waiting to get the next load and all that good stuff. So I'd plug these numbers in so that you guys can really get a understanding of what it all would look like at the end of the day. So I did another video about calculating fuel costs, and I'll put it up here so you can see that. So in that video, I talk about if you had a full tank, how much it would cost in fuel, so forth, so on, so that you could be profitable. So here, let's break this down. So full tanks, 150 gallons. Most trucks get 6 miles per gallon. So 150 gallons times 6 miles, you're looking at 900 miles per full tanks. Now, round trip, he went from Fontana, California to Long Beach to San Bernardino to Long Beach to Fontana. Averages about 269 miles estimates, okay? So if he could get 900 miles for his full tanks, 269 miles, divide that into the 900, you'd get 3 round trips on full tanks. So that matches up about what he said other drivers were getting. They're basically burning a full tanks of gas per day. So average pay being $300 to $350. So your potential earnings on a day is about $1,050. Okay, these are averages. Now, California prices for diesel are about $4.87 per gallon. At 150 gallons, that's $730.50 to fill up. Now, if you're burning that full tank of 150 gallons on a full 3 days of turn, you're spending $730 a day. Your earnings averaging $1,050 a day. Okay. Now, as I said before, when he only made $880 that day. Actually, he made $830 that day because he lost $50 for some whatever they want to call that. They took $50 from him. So continuing forward. Now, we're looking at fuel costs for a full week. We're looking at $3,650.50 for a full week of gas. And the insurance being 1,000 to 3,000. I did the middle. I took 2,000. So you're looking at $500 a week you got to put for your insurance. So we're looking at an estimated cost of operations, and this is not including truck payments. Some of you might have truck payments plus other expenses, maintenance and things like that. We're just looking at fuel cost and insurance for a week, and that's $4,152 a week. A week that he needs to make in revenue just to cover his fuel and his insurance. So gross weekly estimated earnings is $5,250 because he's averaging about $1,050 a day if he's doing 3 round trips. But you got traffic. Keep those things in mind. So what's his take home? Well, if you subtract that $415 or $4,000, which it was $415, $4,152 from that $5,250, you're looking at a $1,098 take home after fuel. Now, you haven't even, if you got a truck payment that has to come out, you haven't even covered that. If you got food, of course you do. So you got to look at that. You know, these are things you got to look for. So estimated monthly revenue is $4,392. Now, you still got to pay taxes on that. And that makes a big difference. But what I want to get across to you was a live breakdown of a truck driver who was actually out there in the port of Los Angeles. And Los Angeles is one of the 2 biggest ports. But he also mentioned in his videos that the ports don't always stay steady busy. They dip and they come up. They dip and they come up. And you have to be able to sustain yourself on the downturn and still be able to come back up. So I hope this video was helpful to you. I hope you got a lot out of this. And if you want to take a look at his videos, I definitely would recommend it. At least you could get a up close and look at what he did and how he put those together, and make an evaluation on whether or not this is something you want to go into and how you can do it and be profitable from it. All right. I hope this was good for you guys, and I will catch you on the next video. Have an awesome day. Bye.